Hello, good evening. Today is day 51 of healing sleep apnea, and I probably have to rename this series as I've been to the doctor again. I have finally gotten the results of my stool test. I fortunately do not have any Crohn's disease or irritable bowel disease, which I'm very glad because it's a shit disease to have. Modern medicine says that it's unhealable, uncurable. I believe otherwise, but there are the carnivores who say carnivore can heal it, but yeah, this means that I thankfully don't have to be carnivore for all my life just to heal some kind of bowel syndrome. And yeah, now the question you might be asking is, well, what is the issue then? It is something that I have not thought about since I started having my health problems, and it's probably an allergy. And the allergy that I might have is actually an allergy against dust mites, and it makes a whole lot of sense as my sister also has an allergy against dust mites. And it also explains so many things that I notice in my day-to-day life. It's that during the day my nose is basically every day my nose is completely free. I can breathe perfectly through both nostrils, but when in the evening my nose always starts to congest, and especially when I go to sleep at night and when I wake up from a night's sleep, my nose is always very congested and I can't breathe properly, which completely fits into the picture with the dust mite allergy, as when you're sleeping on a mattress like the one that I've got there, then you're in the prime environment where these dust mites live, and you're constantly inhaling them. And when I'm looking around them in this room, it's actually crazy how many places there are for dust mites to live and feed off. There's the floor, which is fabric. There's my wait, I need to show you this. This is my original bed. It's 3 meters up in the air, and this is where I until fairly recently I was sleeping up there every single day. I'd have to get this phone. Oops, I didn't mean to. This is where I was sleeping every single day until fairly recently. And since I've migrated down here with a separate mattress, I've felt better. And it makes total sense, as up there's no airflow and a big fucking mattress and just a fucking dust mite cave, which explains my symptoms very, very well. Yeah, and in the beginning of the video I said I should rename this series, as I spoke to a very good doctor, and he told me that I shouldn't see myself as someone who has sleep apnea, as I just have 6.4 apneas per hour, which is just barely gets me into the range of slight sleep apnea. Of course, that's not optimal. The optimal goal of apneas per hour is 0. You don't want any apneas in your sleep. That would be the perfect sleep. But it's not the source of my my suffering and my health problems. The source of my suffering is that my nose gets congested every single night when I sleep because of my allergy, which I also haven't proven yet completely. I've gone to a clinic to get my blood checked out. I'm gonna get the results in 10 days. But it makes so much sense that I'm a bit talking ahead, and yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense that it is this issue, and yeah, I am delighted that, because in the past year I thought that so many things were the issue, but then they weren't. At first I thought I had something like long COVID, because I just felt so shit. But then I got my lung checked out and noticed, no, my lung is working completely fine, so I definitely don't have long COVID. Then I just tried out natural remedies and didn't go to to the doctor often, and didn't get checked out anything, and just assumed that my problem was sleep apnea, which it kind of is, just like I explained now. It adds to the issue, but it's not the core problem. And just a couple of weeks ago I started to think, yeah, maybe I have Crohn's disease or something like that, and it turns out I don't have that, luckily, and now it's probably an allergy. All this time I was searching in all the trains of medicine, and all I had was basically just a simple allergy. It's pretty anticlimactic, but definitely better than having an incurable disease such as Crohn's or any of the shit. And yeah, I really hope that I finally found the real problem, the real root cause, as then I can finally do actions that actually help. Because I have been, for like the past year, I've seen myself as someone with sleep apnea, and I thought that sleep apnea was the prime precursor to my issues. And I've been doing so many things. Like I was only breathing through the nose. I was doing so many myofunctional exercises to improve my airway strength. A lot of things, and it just didn't give me the results that it should have been had sleep apnea been the issue. And I should have honestly gone to the doctor way earlier and get a sleep study done, but unfortunately I didn't. But yeah, in reality I'm not even like sad that I wasted 1 year, as in this time of suffering and finding out as much as possible about health, I learned so much about medicine, about healing things like Crohn's disease, or healing sleep apnea and myofunctional therapy. It's actually incredible. So I could be regretting all this that I did, but I don't regret anything. I learned so much, and I found what I want to do for the rest of my life, which is help people improve their health, especially sleep, because I know how painful it is to have bad sleep. Yeah, this video was very it lacked like the context and not very high quality. I'm sorry, but I skipped 2 days, so recording anything is better than recording nothing. And yeah, I'm very tired, and I'll see you tomorrow.